What is the Jack Canfield Success Principles book all about? Well, I'm going to cover just one of the principles because there's so many principles in today's video, so stay tuned and don't go anywhere. Hey, this is Lance McGowan with Essential Oils Me, and I'm going to cover really just the main principle that stood out most to me after reading the book, and it's one of the first principles. I mean, I've read this book. I'm working on my second time at the filming of this video, but I'm probably going to read it 3 or 4 times, and it's not a small book. This is a book that's got some weight to it. So this is definitely something you want to check out. I love this book. It's so empowering, and I'm going to cover all that, or at least that one principle, in the next section.
Hey, this is Lance McGowan with Essential Oils Me, and today we're going to talk about Jack Canfield's Success Principles. This is a book that is awesome. I'm actually reading this multiple times. When I'm recording this video, I'm going on my second time reading through it, and it's amazing. I love all the principles in it. So this is what the book looks like. It's from the creator of Chicken Soup for the Soul. So if you haven't read that book, you want to check that out. Alright, so this book is about all of how to get from where you are to where you want to be, and the main principle that stood out to me, I mean, there's so many principles in this book, it's not even funny, but one of the first ones was take 100% responsibility for your life, and if you've, watched the other video that I have on my Strengths Finder 2.0 results, responsibility is one of my strengths, according to that test, and that is so true. Like, I'm a really big advocate of this. And here's what Jack Canfield said about it. There is only one person responsible for the quality of the life you live. That person is you. We never want to look where the real problem is, ourselves. Jack Canfield said that. That kind of, hits kind of home if you haven't ever dealt with that, but whether that's your relationships, your finances, your health, whatever it is, like what your mind believes or what you believe, what skills you have and really what tools you have in your tool belt of how to deal with life is going to determine your outcome and your success when it comes to these areas. And it's not just financial, it's the quality of life that you have, and how much of your life and these things are taking up your headspace. Right? And so, like, for me, taking 100% responsibility means things that I think, say, and do, and it's not just things that I do, but it's also the things that I may allow. And so that is really big for me, and I'm just a really big advocate of just taking responsibility for my actions. Like, if I've wronged someone and they let me know, like, that's really big on me to like figure out what I can do differently. And this is it's an interesting situation when it comes to like conflict with people, because if somebody is hurt over what is said or done or not done, then it's tricky, because it's like, okay, do I own how they felt or my impact to that, even though it wasn't maybe intentional? Or so there's a lot of aspects where it gets a little bit muddy and sticky when it comes to like relationships with family. And I know that's the case with, you know, I had this conflict with my mom where she basically got upset because I didn't, answer her phone call quick enough, and she felt disrespected. And I was just like, well, like, for me, it's challenging because it's like, well, I want to, I think it's important for her to be patient and her to also recognize what's going on in my life and respect that. But, there's things that I did get back to her, but I don't know. It's just, I think there's so many aspects to taking responsibility that I think it still comes down to those three principles that I believe in, and Jack Canfield talks about them too, which is just your success in life, whatever area it is going to come down to your mindset, your skill set, and your tool set. So what are we doing to improve each one of those things? And I think for me, that's at the end of the day the biggest principle. But what do you think? What are some of the principles that you think are most important? If you've read this book, click the like or share button. But if not, definitely go check this book out. I'm going to include some links in the description, so you can definitely click those to learn more. Those are some of the next steps, and go from there.
The Success Principles is an awesome guide, and I really like, really the main principle that I took away from it is just taking personal responsibility for my life. That's so huge. I mean, it's so easy to point the blame. They say if you point at somebody else, you got one, you got all these three pointing back at you, right? But I always say, even if you do this, you're trying to point the blame somebody else, you connected, right? The hand is connected to the arm and it's connected to you. So, it's so easy to want to blame others for how our life's going. And, But at a certain point, we have to own the fact that we've either allowed something or we did, thought, said, or did something that was operating off of a limited belief system, or not we're not developing a proper mindset or skill set, or not having the proper tool set, whether it be videos or books or things that are resources we're using. And I believe taking personal responsibility for not just always wrongdoings, but not best doings, right? Maybe we're accepting good, we're saying yes to good, which is really saying a no to the great, or no to the excellent things in our life that come along. So I think this book is amazing because it helps you to really think about things. And I'm on my second time reading it right now, and there's just things that pop up that I feel like I didn't get the first time. So I just feel like when you are at different stages in your life, you're able to pick up different things. Awesome book, though. That concludes today's video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button so you can watch more videos like this one, or check out one of the links in the description box below so you can get a copy of this book, or so you can learn more with my other videos.